welcome back to our channel. So we have another home tour. These are our favorite. It's the best. We have Jennie from The Little Bird. Is it The Little Bird?
Yes.
I always like slip on the Instagram.
The Little Bird. My husband's like, we should drop the, and I'm like, well, we'll get there.
No. There's only so many handles available.
Yes.
And it works.
Yes.
So tell us about yourself and how you got started sharing your home online.
So in the beginning, about 4 years ago, I began as a farmhouse style sign maker. And I did a lot of signs that you see everywhere. But I just wanted to elevate the experience of farmhouse style signs and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I did that for a lot of years, and over the past 2 years, we started building this home that we're currently in.
Yeah.
And I shared that whole process online. And as it just kind of shook out, I started getting run down with just the handmade maker lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's awesome, but it's so much time. I've got little kiddos, so
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that I was being wise with my time and
Yeah.
devoting more time to them. So in the past year, I took a step back from sign making, focused more on decor and design here in this house. We moved in right around Christmas. I think it was December 23rd. And from there, the last, 8 months now has just been such a fun and wild ride.
Wow.
I honestly can't believe that this is where it is 4 years later. I never would have imagined it, but
Yeah.
it's been incredible.
Well, tell us about, I find that on the blog, new builds are the most popular. I think it's the aesthetic, the modern lines, but also the fact that it feels custom and special and unique.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd love to know about how you found the property and also your experience building a new build.
Okay, awesome. Buckle up, because it's a ride. In the end of 2018, my husband and I started getting this itch that we wanted to break out of this suburban lifestyle, get a little more land, spread out a little bit. We started the journey of looking for land, perusing, and this actual 3 acres was the first one that we went to look at. When we first drove up, it was this whole grove of trees out here and then totally blank in the back. And our first impression was I don't know, that's kind of weird, all the trees, but then nothing in the back. And so we kind of wrote it off. Fast forward a couple months, we looked at several other properties and none of them just gave us that feeling. And so just kind of on a whim, we were like, you know what, let's just go back and look at number 1. So the next time that we came, as soon as we started driving down the side road, we both kind of looked at each other this is it. Oh my gosh, we had that feeling.
Yeah.
The really neat part was that night we were, kind of praying through whether we wanted to make an offer or kind of what it was. And we just said, God, if this is the land you want us to buy, then, make it really clear that this is what it's supposed to be. We woke up the next morning and the price had dropped $50,000 just out of nowhere. And we were like, okay, I guess that's pretty clear. So we went ahead and put an offer, and a couple weeks later, it was ours. The first time that we kind of came back after it was ours, both my husband and I had this overwhelming experience and feeling that the Lord was telling us to build His church on this land.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And we both were we're not in ministry. Lord, are you calling us to ministry? Is this supposed to be an actual church? And that was it. All He told us was build my church. So we're like, okay, we're just gonna steward that word for a little while.
The thing is, at the time, God knew, but you would have no way of knowing that we would experience what we went through in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So that build my church became a lot more clear.
Oh, for sure. Build my church really came into focus once we moved in.
Yeah.
It really meant that we were supposed to be welcoming everybody and anybody into our home, that this would be a haven where people would come and feel safe, feel encouraged, uplifted in the Spirit, and where they could experience all of the gifts of the Holy Spirit as soon as they walk in the door.
Yes.
And so that's been, I feel outside of decorating and doing all this fun, that's great, but the thing that's been most exciting has just been seeing the transformations in people that come and experience this house.
Yeah.
Started the build process with our builders, the Hayhurst brothers, out of Bridgeport, Texas. When we started designing this home, the thing that we were really focused on was bringing in a lot of natural light. So the thing we started pretty much with was windows everywhere. We wanted a little more, Scandinavian and farmhouse feeling with the mid-century modern. So they did a great job of working with us in customizing this floor plan and setting it out for us.
Yeah.
It started, my husband drew it out on a napkin
Okay.
and gave it to them, and then they made it.
The best things start on a napkin.
I mean, I feel like it does.
Yeah.
It does. We gave it to them, and they made it architecturally sound. And
So this is a custom floor plan?
yes, yeah,
Okay.
it's totally custom.
Tell us about your kitchen and kind of your design plans here specifically.
Yeah, I think mostly we wanted to make an impact.
Yeah.
You know, this is one of the things you see most when you're in the, you know, main living area.
Yeah.
So we wanted to, you know, make a entrance, I don't know.
Yeah.
With the kind of two-tone cabinets. I haven't seen that a whole lot. Either you're all white or you're all dark.
Yeah.
So we wanted to kind of break it up a little bit and bring kind of a modern feel. Tried to bring in some warmth with the floating shelves, and obviously once we got in with the decor and whatnot,
Yeah.
I feel like that kind of made it more homey. And
These pendant lights are great.
oh goodness, these were such a fun part of picking everything out in the kitchen. These are from Lighting Connection. Actually, all of the lighting from our home is Lighting Connection. They're a fantastic small company based here in Dallas. So it was really fun to get to work with a company that is here in our hometown.
Yeah.
Next thing is probably the Waterfall Countertops. These were a splurge,
Yeah.
but I feel like the kitchen would not be the same without it. So I'm really glad that we pulled the trigger on that one. I think the other statement is definitely the concrete hood.
Yeah.
Haven't really seen a look like that before, and when my husband kind of threw it out in the design phase, I was like, that'll be interesting, but I feel like it'll work with everything else.
Yeah.
It kind of combos with our concrete fireplace, so it's just brings a fun, earthy, organic feel
Yeah.
to the rest of the kind of modern style in the kitchen.
Yeah. And I love your tile.
The Riyadh 4x4 Snow White Zalige. So
Oh.
Riyadh tile is also local to the Dallas
Yes,
area,
they are.
which is awesome. Actually, all of the tile in the home is from
okay.
Riyadh. Yeah. So it just made sense to continue on with that earthy, organic feel with the subway tile. They're all handmade, each tile. So you have a little bit of variation. Not everything is perfect, which I feel like with the modern lines in the home, it just brings
Warmth.
a warmth and hominess to
Yeah.
the space.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about your dining room.
Mhm.
So connects straight to your kitchen. Like
Yep.
you said, it's all open.
We love entertaining. We love opening our home up for people to come and just gather and enjoy being together. So having a totally open concept was super important to us. Being able to lay out the table, have a big table to
Yeah.
fit all of our friends and family was definitely important to us. So just designing this whole space, we had to take all that into account.
So your staircase, that was what I noticed
Mhm.
first when I walked in your house. I felt like it was a statement. Did
Yes.
y'all plan that?
Totally. It wasn't one of the things we started with initially with the design, but our builder brought it up in some of our first meetings. I think they had just done one in another house, and so they were like, "Hey, what do you guys think about this?" And we were like, "Love it.
Yeah.
Let's do it."
Yeah.
Especially how they had designed the windows on either side. When you pull up from the driveway, you can actually see the floating staircase from outside. So we knew that obviously in this big open space, we didn't just want a normal staircase over there. So being able to have it as a major design element has been amazing, and not one that I thought we were going to do, but I'm so glad with the way that it's worked out.
Yeah. So we are in your room.
Stunning.
Thank you.
Black shiplap is kind of the statement here.
Yes.
And then did you start there and design around it, or?
Yes. I think the thing that a lot of us run into in our rooms is it's usually the last one we get to.
Yeah.
Right. Start designing the rest of our home or getting, the living room in order, the kitchen in order, and then we go to bed at night and there's
chaos.
nothing going on in our room. There's laundry everywhere.
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
no organization. So I knew that I wanted to ask the builder to go ahead and do the shiplap during the build. I do a lot of DIY type things, but I knew I was not going to get to that forever if I was doing it myself. Thankfully, they graciously were able to do that during the build, and I'm so glad for, because I felt like even before we had all of the stuff in the room, that the room was already had its own personality
Yeah.
because
Yes.
of the black shiplap.
Yeah. And let's talk about your bathroom.
Man, our bathroom, I feel like it's a hidden gem in there. Obviously, most of our guests don't ever go back there, so it's kind of our little retreat.
Yeah.
But we did something different in here. We did, I think the technical term is called a wet room for the shower and bath. It's all enclosed in one, and that's not something you see all the time. Our builder pulled up the bathroom, and he had already kind of put it in as a wet room and things like that, and we were like, oh, we've never thought about that, but we've got little kids. That seems fantastic because no matter how many bathtubs we put up in their area, they will always come and use our bathroom.
Yeah.
And so it's been awesome because our kids will go in the bath, they will splash to their heart's desire, and it all stays in there and doesn't get all over the rest of the bathroom. So
Yeah.
I highly recommend it if you're building and have the square footage to do this. It's a fantastic, fantastic feature in our bathroom.
Let's finish off this tour with the other bedrooms in your house. Right now we're in your guest bedroom.
Yeah, this was a really fun project. It was totally a blank slate, obviously when you move in.
Yeah.
But we didn't have the builder do the accent wall or anything like that. Board and batten is such an easy DIY. This is like such a beginner one that I feel like everybody can do. So I think it was back in May. I was like, all right, it's time. We're going for it.
Is this your art?
Yes.
On the wall?
Yep.
It's so fun.
Oh, thank you so much. So
Love
yes,
it.
those are the signs that I used to do. I'm no longer doing them anymore, but it was fun to finally get to make some pieces for us because even in our last house, I never really put my own stuff up. So.
Oh, that's so fun. Okay, in this bathroom, your guests get like a solid bathroom.
I mean, we kind of run into the problem of like, okay, now y'all have to go home. You
Yes.
guys can't stay all the time.
The tile in that bathroom, love that so much.
Thank you. So that's another Riyadh tile. That's the Maya white tile in there. And then in the shower, it's the same as the backsplash in the kitchen, but it's the 2x6 size in there. So once again, has that real organic feel in there to kind of contrast with the playfulness of the floor, but the floor is pretty modern. So it kind of brings it all together still.
Yeah. Okay, so the other bedrooms upstairs, those are your kids' rooms.
Yep.
The
Sun is the last big room transformation, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So, yes, Harper's room. Oh my goodness, this was such a fun project. The whole thing that spurred it on was these hexagon wood look tiles that are in there. It was a project with Nano Leaf Home, and as soon as they reached out, I was trying to think of where I should put them in the house, and it just made sense to go in Harper's room because she loves having a little nightlight and just kind of gives her a little cozy feeling in there at night. So back in June, I did a total refresh. I painted her wall. I think I'm still going to do some kind of wood treatment in there, but at the time I couldn't make up my mind, so I just painted it to make it an accent. And I just feel like she's 4 going on 14 now with this room, but it was fun for sure.
And then let's talk about both your media, is that what you call it? There?
Yeah, family room, media
family
room,
media
all
room.
kind of catch-all room.
I love the black walls. You said you're still kind of working on it. It looks finished to me.
Yeah, we at least have the rug, couch, lounging area. Eventually, I'd love to bring in some more artwork to kind of have that homey feel in there a little bit more. And then we need just much better storage for all of the kid toys.
Yeah.
The console that I originally got was way too small.
Yeah.
So I'm on the hunt for something good to close the doors and not see all of the Barbies everywhere. Barbies and Legos all the time.
Yeah. And then last but not least, your mudroom is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Gosh, that was such a fun one to design. We really tried to design this mudroom to be super functional. It's the place where we walk in after we come home from school, come home from doing anything. So the kids love having the lockers where they can just throw their stuff in, close the door. I love not seeing the clutter.
Yeah.
I feel like I always pin the mudrooms that are totally open and they're beautifully styled, but I knew that wasn't going to be practical for our family, so putting functional storage in here was such a game changer.
Yeah, it looks functional. I need some lockers.
Oh,
Do all the...
they will change your life.
Yeah. Okay, so we have toured your entire beautiful, amazing home. I will have photos and links to everything down below, but tell them where to find you so they can follow along your journey and see how Graham's room turns out.
Ah, yes, come back for Graham's room,
Yeah.
coming fall 2021. Is that the
Yes,
year?
yes.
So I'm on Instagram at the.little.bird, as well as I will be launching a full-on blog here later this year, thelittlebird.co. C-O, not
Yeah.
com, C-O.
C-O.
That trips a lot of people up.
Yeah.
So feel free to come watch our journey there. We would love to have you. I love the community that we have on Instagram. So come on over.
This has been a great tour. We are so happy to meet you and welcomed into your lovely home. And so if you all would like to follow her and also like, subscribe, and share this video with all your friends, they're going to want to follow her.
Yes. Well, have a great day, guys. Bye.